Absolutely.
All right, let's do.
What?
Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book, and
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it.
Hold on. Let me turn it on.
Well. Look at us on a weird Wednesday.
Oh my God.
Hump day.
There's a first for everything.
Right?
Even on a Wednesday.
Yeah, seriously. So you got out of kid duty this morning. Not bad.
I know. I
I
didn't
went
have to
gym
make
early, so
breakfast. I didn't have to go to the bus stop. And no, I'm kidding. I love it.
You really, well, I mean, you've only got one. You got to cherish it.
Absolutely.
So in the studio with us today, and we've also got a studio audience, Victoria, waiting on deck right now to talk about She Rises Enterprises. But in front of you, we've got Thanos from the Sandwich Taverna and George Jr. from Captain's. Yeah, you're just Junior.
Yeah,
I don't know
know.
you as anything else.
People would come into the restaurant and be like, "Can I speak to George?" And be like, "Who? Junior
My
or
dad?
Senior?" So I just took upon the nickname Junior, and everybody's like, "Oh, hey, Junior."
I was so thankful. I don't think we've ever talked about it, but during pandemic, everyone was struggling and trying to figure stuff out. And you guys running a restaurant and the bleep show that ensued.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I took to Facebook one day and I was like, I'm doing a Facebook Live because I cannot make these friggin' tacos and I need to figure it out. And you were there for like, oh my God, Stephanie, what the hell's happening? Do you need flour? I'll bring you over flour. What do you need? How many things do you need? And you were like helping me with basic kitchen staples just so you could laugh at me on the internet, I think.
I was amused. I had a good time. It was nice.
Honestly, I'm so thankful though. I mean, like that's really when we started talking and connecting with each other on social because that was where we could.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, pandemic was good for us at Captain's. I did a lot of social media advertising. The town of Sandwich was very supportive and we did great during the pandemic. A lot of takeout. People, flocked to the places that can be open, and we didn't have that many problems. Nobody gave us a hard time. So,
But the thing is, you worked it.
Yeah,
you didn't just sit back and be like, "Oh, it's me. I'm in the restaurant industry, and this is very bad."
Yeah.
How about his singing career? Every morning he had something to sing about with the song. Didn't go together, but he did it, and everybody would text me, "Did your brother sing again today?"
Yes, he did. Obviously, you saw it on the interwebs. We know this.
Well, everybody was like, "Oh, we can't go to karaoke. We can't do this. Everything's canceled. We can't do that." I was like, "All right, well, we'll just do it from the car."
Right?
Driving.
You made it up for everybody. Lynn, good morning. Emily, RTB, thanks for joining us on the show this morning. I am thrilled to be talking to you guys. And I'm super psyched to be coming to the Sandwich Taverna. Get close to your microphone, Thanos.
Oh, I am sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, that is loud.
Right, she moves to you.
Oh boy. But it's in my bro's face too.
No, I got it.
He's got a kind of pretty face too. So
Right. Well, you can move back and adjust.
All
Like
right,
we got to
all right.
figure it out.
You want to get comfy, baby?
Oh.
This is going to be something. So talk to me about being two brothers in a restaurant, separate restaurants in the same town. What does the competition look like already? All I can see is stepbrothers, only it's real life brothers.
I have to start. The reason being I have to start is that it is cool. It is not a competition. But what the thing is, my staff will tell me, they're like, your brother came in, he went downstairs, he went in the walk-in, and he ran out the door with something that he needed. And they're like, we have no idea what he stole.
Yeah. My staff knows, we're out of that. Like, I'll go to the store on Route 130. No problem. What is that?
We need a running list or a camera to see what he takes. And nobody
Hysterical.
Yeah. I know how to hide from the cameras. Go, this one. He's got one in his liquor room, right? So one day I walked in, I had to get something like a bottle of vodka. And I looked at it, was that a camera? Oh.
Now you're busted. Right?
I'm out.
So where did the restaurant business come from? Dad, right? Mom and dad?
Mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started in 1989 at Captain Scott's, and we just flourished from there. I think my father was in the car business for many, many years.
He can sell ice to an Eskimo. That man is fun, funny, with the biggest heart.
Yeah.
And you guys really spend a lot of family time. I think it's really important that you highlight your family dinners, even though you work your rear ends off all day, every day. At the end of the day, you will still get together. You will still spend time together, and you still generally like each other. So that says something.
My brother's my best friend. We've been together since '89 in business, and then at one point, my father was like, "I got to get the two of you away from each other because fighting and killing each other, or you're his alibi, or he's gonna get away with that."
Well, that's it. What's the age difference between you two?
2.5 years.
Yeah, see that? I mean, that's kind of tight. You're either you're constantly competing or beating each other.
Yeah. But at the same breath, we work off each other. For instance, like this morning, he called me before I got here. We talked about business. We talked about what was going on, what our week's gonna be like, what are we looking forward to. Like, for instance, this whole weekend is gonna be Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. So we collaborate a lot because the competition is only to say how good I am. Like my percentage is better, or this is coming out, or hey, I bought this at this price, and we don't like target over the market. We just try to I'm on that side of town.
Yeah.
I'm near the ocean, sort of near the water, and Thana was like more downtown with like the community and stuff like that. So he's steak, I'm fish.
Well, that's a good delineation. Except when he needs vodka from the walk-in. We love vodka. We love Sandwich Taverna over on LinkedIn. Kerry, the J1s have boarded. I've got 2 J1s coming. Any restaurants that need some J1 assistance, they need night jobs. They've got day jobs. They need night jobs. So definitely consider having a J1. They've got a time period. Most of them are here to work. Most of them want to make money, and they really do a good job. So 2 are coming from Jamaica. We've not had level 1 English speakers before, so I'm kind of excited for that. And also, I really hope they can cook.
You get home to a good cooked meal.
I so want some flavor in this house.
That was so funny. During pandemic, that was the one thing that everybody was like, as soon as it opened up, we couldn't get J1s. Nobody couldn't get anybody from overseas. And that was like most of their market to come over here, make money, and go home. And that was horrible.
Well, with the flex of seasonal people, I mean, you 2 are year-round regular business people, but you do see the uptick in the summertime. We all do. It's just there's so many people.
Where I am, because Thano at the Taverna, it's a year-round. I know I am kind of seasonal, but I'm open year-round. Everybody's like, "Oh, did you just open today?" Like, no,
I'm here all the time.
Yeah. See the sign outside? See the cars parked out? Yeah,
you have done a tremendous job of making that restaurant yours. And also, not to use a horrible word, euthanizing it a little bit.
Yeah. It had a little uptake. It was nice because, COVID was good and we did good. And my father was like, we got to, change the image. And the thing with Captain.
Because it was a clam shack.
Yeah, it was.
And now it's an actual beautiful restaurant.
And now that we got approved for the entertainment license, I was telling you earlier, I'd start booking bands, and like 2-piece. I don't want to go like crazy. There's no reason for like 4-piece band.
No, because it's still a smaller restaurant.
So, and we did a great job with the bar, and we've created.
And you've got the deck, and you've got the back area,
patio, and then we have the outback patio too. So we got a whole mecca of things going on.
It is really nice. I'd love to see the expansion and the hard work that you've put in, but also the growth in your restaurant. It's really nice to talk about maybe having to go to town meetings, because that's kind of an awkward situation. We're going to talk to Victoria in a few minutes about her foray into being part of the town. I mean, that's the only way you make things change, right?
No, but we've been part of the community since '89, and whatever we did, we stayed about the rules, and whatever town meetings we went to, we had never problems. The selectmen are great, and the whole town was very supportive. Sandwich is a very tight community.
It is.
You know what I mean? And they're there to support everybody around. You never see like big restaurants come in, or it's okay that they do, or even see like like franchises.
So, we don't do that.
No.
The Cape doesn't do that well.
No,
period.
No, it's nice to see like people being like small business minded.
Yeah. Well, you're here in Mashpee. We don't even have a hotel, so.
Wait, is that Zach's? No.
Those are apartments now. Those are apartments.
I could have swore I had the bill there once.
You probably still have the bill there. Cindy, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Betty, Nathan, Stephanie, thank you so much for stopping on by here this morning. We've got Thanos. We've got Junior, and we're just talking about being in the restaurant industry in 2024 at this point in time. What do you contribute to your longevity, your ability to do this? Is it because you've got support of each other? Is it because you're just hard workers?
I think it has a lot to do with where my brother and I came from, meaning my mom and my dad. Obviously, they're immigrants, both from Greece. They met here, but our parents just taught us how to just drive and push.
Mm-hmm.
And when the pandemic hit, I know that everybody across the board was just standing on a cloud, or not a cloud, but like, what is going on
It's
here?
scary.
My brother strapped on his boots and did, a lot of awesome takeout. Yes, like I made fun of like his singing in the morning, but it connected with people.
Yeah.
And then bringing back in Sandwich being a small community, they all took care of each other. I did my takeout. I kind of built up a little food pantry in the middle of the dining room, cleared that out.
Yeah.
But it was just the tenacity of just not wanting to die. And I know that's a horrible way of putting it, but when it first started, they're like, oh, you're only going to be closed for a couple of weeks. And then it turned into something that the whole world did
Like,
not
is this
accept.
real life?
Yeah.
Yeah, my father's like, you're gonna close? I'm like, no, I got a game plan. Let's go.
Well, there's a new COVID variant out there, everybody, not to scare anyone, but it's called flirt. That doesn't scare us. I was like, really? It's the name of it. I was like, oh my God, stop.
But then it pushed like building the patios outside that we took advantage of, that we already had in place prior to COVID. So we moved our dining outside. We moved our entertainment outside. Junior and my parents got together and revamped a whole new style for the restaurant.
Yeah.
So I contributed to watching both my parents grow up to just drive to do the best for their family.
Well, it's got to be so difficult. Yeah, the restaurant industry is brutal. Good morning, Stacy. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it is. And margins are super tight. Food is like very weird right now. The availability of it, how much it is, how random it is. How do you deal with that?
Buy in such weird ways. You have to. You just got to meet with your brokers. You got to make the right decisions. If you don't, then your whole menu will say market price. Market price.
It's like Jenga with your emotions, though. How are you dealing? Like, how do you handle your stress?
You don't.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't. You literally step on it, and it's behind you, and you're just you learn to be numb to the feelings that it's being hurt, and you drive to be with the people that you work with, the people that are your team, the people that you're with more than you're with your wife and my wife and my daughter, and you talk about what's going on. You prep next to them, you cook next to them, you listen to the corny things customers say to you. It's a different world, but you learn and you appreciate how other people live.
Yeah. It's food, it's connection. It's really you're extending your own family life to your restaurant family.
And it's that's more like mentality too.
Yeah.
People think like, oh man, you work 7 days a week. I'm like, yeah, I work 7 days a week. Why? Oh, I'd be so tired. Like, you know what? My mother, when I was like 14, she's like, you tired? I'm like, yeah. She said, you think you're tired? Then you know you're not gonna be tired. So don't think that you're tired. Go to work. Like,
that's it.
Right, Vada? You got it.
I go to work because I'm afraid.
Yeah.
It is like a whole, if he's down, I'll pick him up. If my if I'm down, he picks me up. It's like the whole family gets together. It's like, we're gonna make this happen one way or another. It's a team effort. It's the same way where you work with your employees. I mean, I have one waitress has been with me for like over 30 years.
See, that's what I'm talking about. How do you keep staff? How do you keep people involved? Junior, you do a really good job. And I'm just an outsider that watches your interactions on social. Because that's how we all interact with each other this day and age. But I watch how good you are. You celebrate your staff all the time. You have fun little contests. You give them fun little prizes. You check in with them. You play with them. You really do enjoy. You treat them like it is your work fam is your regular fam for you.
Because if I'm not having fun, then they're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Because I want them to have a good time when they come. They don't want to come to work and have something to give for after they're done. Like they don't want to be, oh, I hate going to work today.
Right.
I can't believe. Like for instance, I'll have. If your name gets put in a review and it's a positive review, I give you a $25 gift certificate from anywhere. I'll pick it up. Amazon.
That's so cool, though.
And, you're rewarding them as they go because then they feel good. Like I've contributed to the success of this business. That came from my father's mentality. This is like something he taught us. He's like, if you make your employees part of the team, still be a boss because you have to be accountable. I can't just go in there and give them a show and then walk out the door.
Mic drop. I'm done here today. Make me money. Good luck.
Yeah. I'm like a pimp. Bring me your money.
I know you would like that, though. Continue on.
But having them
He
being
still is single.
Shocking.
Yeah. Wonder why.
You're married to your job.
I am, by the same breath. Like, so I will have time eventually. I'm not like in a rush. I mean, I know I'm 46, and then I look at how my
You're rotten. You are a horrible brother. You're horrible. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
And you're a unicorn. Never been married, no kids. You're like a unicorn on Cape Cod. Hard working.
Yeah.
Funny.
Ladies.
Just Tinder swipe.
I got his phone number. He told me to stop DMing him.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, you got to make your employees, and it's hard to hold people because everybody's throwing things at them, and you see like so and so is offering this money, and this person's offering this, and you like say, oh man, like I don't want to lose these people because I want them to be part of this team, and they feel good about being part of the team, and you lift their spirits up all the time, and you do things, and Lauren, she's been with me since she was 17 years old.
I know.
Now she's 22.
Yeah, and such a good kid.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's a grown-up now-ish, baby fledgling adult.
Yeah.
But she has really got such a well-adjusted head on her shoulders. She's got a great work ethic.
You always find like what somebody has as like, this is their plus. This is what they're good at. So I'm going to take this person, make them what they're good at. I'm going to take that person and make them what they're good at. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, David, our bartender, he brings sheet music in to get the customers involved in singing.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I'm like, why do I need an entertainment license?
Right?
This is free.
Did you get in trouble for David's sheet singing? I'm kidding. Good morning, Sam, Diane, Rob, Diana, and Julian. Thanks for joining us on the show this morning. We're just talking a little bit about work culture. We're talking about the longevity of your staff, which is incredible. Just being a boss and how important it is to celebrate the small things in everyone's space. And that's how you keep staff. It's really easy to get sucked into there's, food is too expensive and we're drowning in this and we don't have any staff members and we're short staffed and we're closing at 6 p.m. And you guys have done none of those things.
Yeah, I'm surprised at some of the places in the area that close early. Like I had customers coming there, like, you guys close? I'm like, no, come on in. Let's have a good time. Let's sit around.
To be honest, as entertainers, when I'm out and I want like something at least wholesome, a salad or something, there's nothing available past 8 p.m.
I know.
You know the 4 places that are open and that's it.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're going to try to do this summer is get something late night so that people come to the bar, the outside patio bar, and then we're going to have like food after hours and stuff.
No, that's nice.
Yeah.
What do you guys got coming up for Mother's Day? You're always doing specials. You're always doing fun, celebrating big things in people's lives.
Mother's Day, it's one of the biggest days that come across our table when it comes to dining. Just bunch of specials, just enjoying time and enjoying a lot of the people that we've been around our whole lives.
And finding time for your own mother, who is a saint.
Oh, yeah. I give her a lot of credit.
Yeah.
I give her a lot of credit.
She's like, this is from Macy's, and this is what I want. This coach shoes. You got 7.5. Okay, no problem.
I love your family so much. And if you've not had Junior Spanakopita, let me just tell you, it is like I dream about it. It's like one of the weirdest things that I love. And you're my favorite by far.
you.
And I know there's a lot of choices out there.
Oh yeah,
It's my favorite every
Don't
time
take
I
any
see him.
designer imposters out there. You don't have to get another place to make fresh baked goods.
I love it. What else is going on? So you went to the town. You got your restaurant entertainment license, and how is that process?
Oh, basically, first of all, you have to, fill out the forms. You hand it in. They ask you like capacity of how many people you want. So you go for the fullest. You go for like 5 people. It's like, all right, the band's gonna be like 5 people. So then this says like, then the building inspector, the fire, police, and then the town.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, there is.
Like, I just want people sing. This is what I have to do.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then you get in front of the selectmen.
Did that make you nervous being like on televised TV?
Well, it was my
You're like,
second time because the first time was that I went for the liquor license to get for me to be put on the name and my mother to be removed. So all the transitions for me to be there at Captain's.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time we were there and my lawyer was talking, his microphone wasn't even on.
You're like, you're in front of a live microphone. Probably not.
Yeah.
Turn it on.
Always pretend it's live. This is the
So
gift I'm bestowing on you.
So during the meeting, they had quite a few questions, which was fine. It's normal. They're like, oh, how many people are you going to have? What time are you going to do it? So I'm like, at midnight. Senior's like, hey, you're going for it. I'm like, I don't know. You go for the most. So he's like, we'll do 11. He's like, okay, we'll do 11. So then they're like, well, what is the rule on outdoor patios for entertainment? So they didn't know. So like they're texting like everybody to find out. It's like, not to put anybody on the bus, but Thano was only at 10. I was like, no, we'll do 11.
One up.
Yeah.
The one up in brothers.
He did.
So then another selectman was saying, with the east wind coming down through that area, you gotta probably have the noise going down towards them. I'm like, really? Would Dick Albert come out of nowhere and tell me?
And I mean, I get it. Everybody has a job to play. Everybody's got a role. Everybody's got to think about all of the people in that area because the last thing that they want are problems. And, some of the restaurants that I've had to work in, we've had to do sound studies, decibel studies.
Oh, I believe it.
Because water carries sound.
Yeah.
So it does happen.
I know that from the back of the restaurant on certain nights in the summertime, I could hear the entertainment in the canal area.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
No, I don't care.
And I mean, we do live on Cape Cod. There's a lot of not in my backyards.
And
Oh, that's great over there, but not in my backyard.
Oh yeah.
We all have it.
But it was unanimously voted, so we got it done. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
It
that's
was-
awesome.
Yeah, it was nice. It's another thing to put on, Captain's,
Well,
list.
it's just another way to employ people. I know a lot of struggling artists, duos, one-man bands. It's just another place that people can showcase what we do. We have so many artisans and cool people making cool entertainment on the Cape, and I think it's really nice for another place to be able to be open for that.
Oh yeah, it is. Especially in our area, it's a nice spot.
Yeah.
It's quaint. It's not like around me is no residents. Like I have like Merchant Squares across the street, the water department, another shop next door to me, and everybody else. So
It's going to be bumping over at Junior's, and we're
Yes.
really excited for it.
I might be sneaking over from time to time. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you've been doing entertainment for a long, long time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We've been doing.
I mean, your parents hired me to do entertainment for a long, long time ago. I mean, you've been at this for a while.
Since 2005, for goodness sakes. Matty B and I laugh about it. He is the longest running karaoke show on Cape Cod.
Yeah,
at the
He's
Taverna.
definitely not getting paid enough.
No, he's not. He's not.
Oh man. Oh no.
Matty, I hope you're not watching.
Oh yeah, he's watching.
Definitely not getting paid enough.
And then from DJs to one-piece bands to I got a couple of things coming up down the pipeline of old 80s rock and roll bands.
Fun.
I'm trying to get the DeLoreans back together again, so whoever can poke around to everybody that used to
Let's go.
do it, I want to do a whole weekend of it. And I know I talked to them and they're ready for it. I just need somebody to push them.
Yeah. A little incentive.
Well, tonight you're gonna have trivia.
I'm
yes.
very excited. I'm going to be
Yes.
over at trivia. It is from 6 until 8. We'll be mindful of the Bruins. I do understand we've got a schedule to upkeep, but our trivia is really fun. It's interactive. I've never had even people that are like, no, I'm not doing trivia. Then after one round, they're like, give me the paper.
I'm wicked smart. I can do this.
No, but I mean, it's all ages. So it's multi-generational. So you can come with your family and the kids can give input as well as your 80-year-old grandma. So it really is super fun and interactive. And there are no ties. So we make them do physical challenges. And it's really fun. You never know. We have like 18 to 20 different challenges, including like Family Feud. So it's just really fun to stop down and everybody gets out the cameras. They're all like, oh my God, what are they going to make us do? And it's from, throwing rubber chickens to mini putt-putt. You just never know what you're going to get when you're going to draw. So when you nominate someone for your team, you're not going to send a ringer that will win something.
You have like a fight club?
There's last night I was like, oh, you guys have drawn Greco-Roman wrestling, and these guys looked like they were gonna freak out. And I was like, I'm kidding, it's putt-putt. Just come on down. So
we got a ring right over there in front of the fireplace.
Absolutely. It's super fun. And we've got a great schedule. Eventsoncape.com is where you can find all of our shows. We've got 7 entertainers right now, which has been really incredible to give jobs to stay-at-home moms, retired teachers, people that only have 2 to 4 hours of time in their day because they're busy, being parents or need a supplemental income. So that's been really super awesome to branch our staff. And we're always looking for more entertainers as we get tons of requests from PTO dances to corporate entertainment. They're like, we need 1 hour of a break. So we've got a corporate music bingo that we're doing this week, because they're doing it at lunch break for one of their teams of 90 employees. I'm like, this is awesome. You know what I mean? Any way you can take a break and reward your employees or the people that you work with every day, I think it's so important. And I really wanted to talk to you guys about the culture of your businesses because I see what you're doing and I think it's so super important to keep doing those things. And that's where you're very different from a lot of restaurants I see.
I see a lot of other restaurants doing things like they have a new employee. They'll like put a picture up like, oh, welcome Stephanie. She just started working here. First timer. She's not good at making margaritas, but
I like that though. They get excited about it.
Yeah.
Maybe her margarita skills will step up.
Yeah.
It's really important.
It is important. It's a thing.
Yes, it is. Walter, Thanos is my dog. And whereas the disco ball is being rested, I had to use it for an event, Walter. So we had to remove it from the studio. They didn't get the full disco. Sorry. Kelly Thanos. And Betsy says hello and good morning, everybody. We've got a lot of people listening. What do you want to tell them before we leave?
I'd like to say thank you all for your support. We've had a great season. Hopefully we can go have another.
Yeah, we're starting a whole new one right now.
May has just like between the Kentucky Derby, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, where we do like if you buy 4 gift certificates at Captain's, you get 1 free for $25. So you do like 4 for $25. We'll throw in 25 for free.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So like you can enjoy it. So your mom gets whatever. You give her the 25.
Can we talk about the bird in your bar?
It's not there anymore.
It's gone.
No, what happened?
Somebody didn't like it.
Somebody went beep, 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 beep. Oh, get your daughter there.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, I got a phone call.
Love the bird.
It was funny because I had a whole board health inspection. They came down. The girl's like, "Oh, there's a bird in here." I'm like, "Yeah, it's my support bird." They're like, "Oh, that's
I'm so
great."
sorry.
So then somebody got mad but I gave it away to a nice sanctuary. Somebody I didn't know that there were girls they impregnated. They got like
what?
Birds or horse.
I don't even know what to say right now. I know I'm wearing glasses.
Just drink your coffee. Just drink your coffee and look down.
So somebody got upset in the Board of Health called. Like,
oh, I'm so bummed out.
And I was like, I called
this is fairly recently.
No, it's not. It's been like a
Has
months.
it been?
Yeah. So MSPCA, I called them and I'm like, is it illegal to have birds in a restaurant? They're like, well, if it's not next to an open flame. I'm like, no, it's in the bar.
I'm not keeping it over the oven.
Yeah, it's like chicken wing special.
I mean, people have fish tanks all the time.
I know, it's
like,
different. Yeah. Because it's
we love
foul.
the
They call it
bird.
foul
Oh.
or whatever. So I had to give them up.
I'm so sad.
I know.
I thought it was a great addition.
Yeah, poor Choo Choo and Spartacus. See you later.
Oh, bye, guys.
But they're in a good place now. You know?
Good. They live forever. That's why they need to be.
I know, seriously. I was gonna get
Good
crazy
place.
though. I would let them go and they'd fly everywhere. I'm like, just not near the fry leaders.
Can't explain that one to the
Now,
staff.
now we know why the phone call was made.
Oh, Marta, thank you for joining us. Serafina, hi, how are you? I miss your face. I hope to see you soon. All right, gentlemen, I will see you later at trivia.
Yes.
Anything fun and ridiculous that is happening that you need to let everybody know about?
I know right now.
Yeah, we have the whole Mother's Day weekend. Come down to Cabins. It's gonna be a good time. I've got great specials, nothing crazy. Just like I said earlier, the gift cards is usually a great thing. We do that in the during Christmas. People go crazy for that. They're like, oh, I want 4. I gotta want 3 for myself.
Teachers Appreciation Week, just as a reminder. So if you want to grab a gift card to either one of their restaurants, teachers will always take food.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure. All right, guys, I will see you later, both of you.
Thank you.
Victoria is coming up. We're going to take a quick break in the show. Hang out with us. Don't go anywhere. We're not ending this. We're just doing a quick flip. We'll talk to you. Look who I got in the studio with me.
Hello, hello.
She Rises Enterprises. We've got a one Miss Victoria Haire. Thank you so much for coming in.
I am excited to be here.
You blew me away at the recent E for All. You went to the pitch competition.
I did.
And was that the first time you've ever done something like that before?
It was.
Talk about it a little.
Terrifying. It was so exciting and it was so eye-opening. Just preparing and getting ready and then getting up there, and it's just a different experience because you're being so vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right? You're really opening yourself up. You're putting yourself out there. You're starting to write your story and you're like, oh shit. But man, everybody in that room was just like really positive, uplifting. It felt like a safe place to experience that and start the journey.
So let's start from the beginning. She Rises. Talk to me about this program that you've made.
Yes. So
I know your story. You and I had this like quick little chat. I was coming out of my doctor's appointment. We're like FaceTiming each other, and I'm like, oh, there's a lot here.
So much.
Right?
So much.
So start wherever you're comfortable.
Yeah. So I mean, we're a Coast Guard. We've lived here for 6 years. And I just love this little community. And it reminded me a lot of the community I grew up in. I grew up in a little town in Mississippi, very big differences, but
You
it's
think?
yeah, it's funny how so many places work the same. But since I've lived in that small town, I've been in pretty big diverse cities, Baltimore, Oakland, California, and then landed back on the Cape.
Hmm.
And as I started to engage more in the community, I just really saw that there was so much opportunity. Like what you guys were talking about earlier, how you keep people, right? Because
Mhm.
that's like, what we're looking at in a community, and it's creating the relationships and creating opportunity. Seeing everybody. And I just started to think, Mashpee, we could do a little bit better, and we got to start with our kids.
Mhm.
Our children are our future. We've heard this slogan for decades.
Yeah, but to stop down and be mindful of how you're going to engage that is a very different space.
I mean, I have kids.
Mhm.
I have kids, and you know my story a little bit. So I had that shitty childhood, that hard start, and I said, you know what, this is not going to be my story. I went out, I got educated, I created a career. I was, brand new life, had kids, and then
Oh, bets are off.
the kids made me integrate.
What you think you're not. It's like, I'm going to
Yes.
be this kind of mom, and I'm going to do it
Oh, no.
this way. And I see what you're doing over here, but I'm not going to be that mom.
Mhm.
Then your child comes into your life, and they're the boss. Like they dictate how your behavior is because they're fully different people.
Yeah, I mean they are obstacles put in our way that we have to decide how we're going to incorporate into our journey.
Mhm.
And
I
that
think people forget that sometimes though when they're parenting.
Yeah, they do. And honestly, like, my son, he really pushed me. He was like, I'm going to need a little bit more than maternal love.
Oh.
Right? He was like,
right?
you're not going to be able to snuggle this away. And so I had to educate myself.
Mhm.
Given the childhood I had, I didn't have like a source of
Zero
wealth.
tools in the toolbox.
Right.
Hi, Mari. Good morning. Leslie, thanks for joining us. Sam, hi, Bella and Anthony. We love you. We miss you.
Love it.
Hi, Ricky. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was kind of starting from this ideology of what I was going to do differently, how I
Mhm.
was going to love my kid differently. And it was like, no, I needed to learn a little bit about neuroscience. And I needed to learn a little bit more about spirituality, because I needed the love and the patience and the hope to get through it.
I love it.
I mean, I think, as parents, we have to decide where we're going to focus our attention so that we can get through it. Having kids is hard.
Mhm.
Loving unconditionally and having forgiveness is hard.
Mhm.
And so many of us aren't taught.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Every damn day till the day you die.
Always working on it. I think that
Exactly.
it's funny that everybody at this table are like immigrant parents.
Love
And
it.
hardworking individuals, but it just changes the way that you see things, I think. And we always see opportunity just a little bit differently. And I love that we're always working to be better people. And I think that a lot of people are stagnant in that space in their life for whatever reason. It was like, it's always been this way. I was taught this way. There's no movement here because it's worked forever. Well, that is no longer the case here in 2024. Good morning, Don. Shout out to our West Coast listeners. Thank you for just joining us. We've got Victoria Haire here, and she is from She Rises Enterprises. And you've got a new program.
Yeah, so I'm on my second year of my kids program. So She Rises is all about women's empowerment originally, a lot of women's coaching. And after, my own journey as a woman and
having good role models.
It's everything. Having a mentor that will have difficult conversations with you from a space of love and support is just like, it's such an experience.
I didn't really know what that was. I'm from a military background. So there was always like, I'm the boss, applesauce. You follow orders. We do this. Yeah. This is how it is. That's how my parents also were.
Mm-hmm.
So when I did E for All, I was like mind blown, just because I was always looking for a mentor. Oh, you're not trying to take away from me. You're not trying to put me down. Right. You're trying to build up the skills that I already have. It was really eye-opening for me in that space. And I think that if you take from any situation that you're in and use those tools to better yourself, you'll be fine. It's not a blanket fix. It's not something that's going to be like, I have a mentor now, everything's going to be okay. No, but it's nice to have somebody.
It's huge. I mean, for me, I feel like in some ways that was one of the first times I really experienced love.
Wow.
Right? Because you see somebody see you so openly, all the faults, all the purities, and says, it's okay. I know what you're going to be.
Yeah.
Let's try this. How do you feel about this?
Not someone that you're related to, not your family. It's just
No.
somebody that sees something in you.
Yes, and so that is one of my goals in my program with these girls is to be an adult in these girls' life that sees something in them.
Yeah, that's amazing because we all need an extra person
I
seeing
mean,
us.
what would it save us
Yeah,
in the long run if our kids all had that experience? And I think it is important that it's not in the family sometimes.
correct.
Because it one of the statistics I've heard before is that with childhood anxiety, one of the things that helps maintain it is to have confident, secure relationships out in the community,
Hmm.
in the school, not just in the family. And so that community is like key.
Yeah. Well, you all know what it's like to be, we all have been a teenage girl before. Guys, I'm sorry if you're watching here, you don't, but you also know what it's like
To be a teenage guy.
to have that anxiousness, to have that, am I doing it right? Am I in the right space? Is this what needs to happen? And it's nice to have somebody on an outside going, you're doing great.
To be
You're
a
in the
mirror.
right place.
Well, and so
And they have no skin in the game. They're not your family.
I mean, it's huge. It's huge. And I think the thing that we don't talk about, and this is my big, platform with diversity, is like diversity so much more than, the big topics, race and gender. It's my mind works differently. I'm seeing things and experiencing them differently. So having someone that has good, feelings and wants to support me, mirror to me, help me process what I'm going through, that's just going to make me soar.
Mhm.
And I think we really all have to be really open to how that comes across because everybody's so different. Our brains and how they work are all different.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a big conversation now.
It is.
Neurodivergent, how people are learning. We're finally getting to the conversation that needs to happen.
Mhm.
We're not quite there yet with all of our programming and things.
Mhm.
And this is where your space is in. Kelly says role models and mentors make our lives so much better. It does
Everything.
help us rise up and feel supported. 100%.
Everything. And I mean, I'm really into the idea of rehabilitating our communities and our people. And if we put this work up front and we allow young kids to experience what it's like to get a mentor, what it's like to practice life skills in a safe place with mentors, and bring in high schoolers as the mentors, bring in, business people. And like you said, showcase the people in our community.
Mhm.
This is not about competition. This is not about one program versus the other, but how can we showcase each other so that these kids have all these different ideas of options? They
Yeah.
don't feel like this is the way it is, this is the way it's always been, and this is what I have to do, and make themselves fit into a box that does
Right.
not fit their form.
Well, and that's what we do here at Lemonadia. We're really open and willing and happy to show you where to find the things that you're looking for. It's specifically why I'm on the board of the Boys and Girls Club. I'm so excited for their teen program that they're building because it's necessary. We need a space for every teenager to go to like do something, whether it's arts and crafts, play ball, be with a friend, have a safe place to go where you're not going to make bad decisions, or at least if you are, you're going to have 20 people going, it's probably not the best idea for you.
Exactly.
And
We
this
all
is
need
the mentor
outlets.
program. It's like that check and balance that it doesn't necessarily have to be because, you've got no one at home at night or a situation that is just not a great space. It's the most amount of places that you can give people directions to get so they can get there, however their brain works and however their life is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and it gives people an opportunity, I think, to be involved too. People that don't think that they should be involved, or that people that hold back and think, I don't have anything to offer. Everybody has something to offer as a mentor. There's always one person, one step behind where you are in your journey, whatever that journey was. Sometimes, we go through hard things in life and we think that takes away our value or it takes away our opportunity. But oftentimes, if you just lean into that story and own those things, and like you told Junior, you worked it, right? You worked COVID and what happened, and you work your story, it becomes such a powerful tool for growth. It does not have to limit you.
Well, I get exhausted for the people like, I tried everything. I tried that. I already went there. I already did it.
Oh, that's a horrible place to be.
It just makes me so, I'm like, okay. And then I've got friends are like, it's not working. This is not working. Nothing's working. What can I do? And they're passionate about
What are
it.
you willing to do?
Like,
That's
well,
what
and
you
that's
can
it. I
do.
had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and she went and like spent hours getting a certificate to like go get something.
Yeah.
And it was so motivating to see somebody do the most amount of work in 10 hours I've ever seen, but they do it every single day.
Yeah.
To work it,
Yeah.
to be there for things. I had a great conversation yesterday with Lisa Bates over at the Cape Cod Children's Museum, who's always innovating, renovating, working on new programs for our kids to have, and really being mindful of
Mhm.
growing that space. And her and I were just talking about a mentor program or some talks that we're about to give, and working on a program to talk to other and incorporating other fabulous women. And she said, the one thing that I find frustrating is the amount of misinformation out there.
Oh.
And the amount of when people pretend to be experts or pretend to have this space, but really they're buying a program.
I know that
And-
integrity, that piece of integrity. It's hard. It's really a challenge. I mean, I think that that's a challenge in the world just in general.
Period.
Right? Like, I
Mhm.
think we're ran by capitalism, right? And so that overtakes integrity a lot of times, even when that's not the intention.
Right.
You know, a lot of times you don't start with that goal, but it happens. We're humans and we need to survive.
So maybe talk about that journey of where you've gathered this information, because you were talking about in your own journey, like I had to check neuroscience. Like,
yeah. So
you did the work.
I have. I've been, I just have a brain that needed to understand how things work. So,
Mhm.
Being young, my mother struggled with mental health illness most of my life, with suicide ideation. So being young, I needed to understand my reality early. And then the father that raised me was an opioid addict. So the way that I coped with it was to educate myself. So I became obsessed with science because that helped me understand the process of things.
Mhm.
So then I graduated high school, first in my family to go to college, got a degree in biology, and always was just really interested in neurodevelopment, health, wellness. How can I not get where they were?
Yeah.
That's what it was all about, right?
Right.
Created that beautiful healthcare IT 12-year career where that's where I got my mentoring. That's where people saw, wow, you have something really valuable to offer. We're going to have to like shine you up a little bit. We're going to polish you up a little bit. And help
Nothing
you
wrong with that.
help you learn how to advocate more
Mhm.
successfully for whatever it is that you're trying to do or get. And then I had my son, and that's when, I think the integration had to happen. So I needed to learn again what's going on. How do I handle this? What tools are available to me? And it was through reading books like The Body Keeps the Score and Growth Mindset and How to Raise Your Spirited Child. And I stopped working.
Yeah.
And I just started to experiment with activities and how are he and I going to connect? And I'm going to create that secure attachment with him. And for 2-3 years, that's what it was about.
Mhm.
All along, I've had to develop that spiritual side of myself to give myself hope on the days where I didn't feel like I could do it. I mean, again, the parents that I had, they're not really part of our lives.
Right.
Right. Like, one of them
You
is
have no backup. You have no
Yeah.
tools. You've
Yeah.
got what you've learned because you've taught yourself these
And I
spaces.
think that's the immigrant life set too.
Yeah.
You show up on an island and you're either going to survive or you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, that's so in my DNA that in these moments that comes up and it was like, well, I'm not dying.
Right. I'm not rolling
This
over.
is not going to be my story. And
Yeah.
if I die, I always have that image of Joan of Arc. I'm going to die with the sword in my hand.
I love it.
But I know from my past, the one thing that's always been just so loud in my voice is like love, empathy. Like I can't do it out of anger, even though that comes up.
No,
It's
you have to
gotta
be
be out of
fierce,
love.
though. You're
Yes.
fiercely loving is a thing.
It
Okay.
is such a thing. Sometimes it
That's where
doesn't
my cute
feel.
aggression comes from.
I know.
I'm like, it's so cute. I gotta squeeze it.
And I think we as people need to get more comfortable with that too.
Yeah.
Fierce love. Fierce
Mhm.
love is not like we want more ice cream. Let's
Yeah.
snuggle. Fierce love is like, I'm going to sit with you right now and we're going to talk about this. And
Yeah.
I'm not leaving because fierce love is there's Stephanie, there's Victoria, and then there's us.
Yep.
And us has to be okay.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving until I know where that is.
And it's taken me my entire life. We have 5 children, and it really took me until having Lily who is about to be 18 in 2 weeks. I'm not going to get my feelings about it. And she has taught me so much about what she was always that, like, literally kicked me on the way out. She's like, listen, lady, I am here and you're going to listen to me. And she was different and she demanded to be different. She always did it her own damn way. There was no way I was not going to do it her way.
Could you imagine life without her?
No, absolutely not.
Like, whoa.
But all of the ways that she's like, Mom, use your words. I know you talk all day for a living, but what I need you to tell me is this, and what you're saying is this, and you're doing this.
What
and
a
I'm like,
gift.
oh my God. Okay.
What a gift.
But really, it took her to call me on my shit.
And that's one of the foundations of the program is the communication piece. We're not really taught that, you know? And it was just like Junior was saying, oh yeah, we got our entertainment license. And then he went to like, and we had the police department and the fire department and the forums. So many times we're not taking time to break down what we mean when we talk.
Correct.
And kids are especially victim to this. Just, it's a habit. I do it. I mean, I'm probably going to do it today and I'm going to catch myself and but it's like, you know, we say, get ready. Come on, get ready. Let's go. It's time to go. We got to go to school. Well, what does get ready mean?
I know.
I need you to get your socks and then your shoes, your water bottles on the table, put that in your backpack, grab your backpack, get out the door. You know, and my son, he was like a wall. He made me. I always call him a mountain. It was like, you know, you're going to look at me and you're either going to climb up this or you are going to die at the bottom.
Right.
And
it's true.
And I thank him for that every day because you know, getting out of the childhood that I got into the career that I got, I thought I knew I had what I needed. I'm getting, you know, I'm going to make the money that I want to make. I'm going to get the boat. I'm going to do these things. And then I realized, oh no, I didn't have it. And
you're not even ready.
Yeah. Me and Ego, we wrestled. We wrestled for a minute.
True thing. Oh, Kelly. Oh my God. Lily is such a love bug. She is awesome. Yes, absolutely. John, thank you so much for joining us. Jackie, how the heck are you? Thanks for joining us on the show this morning. We've got Victoria Haire, She Rises, Enterprises, and Go Girl. And we're just talking about really the impetus of your program, the beginnings of where this came from. And the need is so great right now to have mentors in our community in Mashpee. And you're starting right here. Your husband was stationed here.
Yep. Coast Guard. So we're stationed here we've been here for 6 years. We've been able to stay strong for a while. And I mean, I want my community if I'm not doing this in my community, integrity, right? I mean, that's, I think, the best way to say it. And then maybe we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
You know, like you were asking earlier about the curriculum and the research. Once I started to realize kind of the themes that we need mentoring on and we need support and knowledge on earlier on, I thought, you know, families are overwhelmed. Let's be real. Like, there's a reason why we say, this is how the way I learned to do it. This is how I'm going to do it. This is what it is. It's because we are all exhausted trying to survive, you know, like with the economy of the world.
Yeah. It's scary place out there right now.
It is.
It is a lot.
It is. It really is. And I mean, we can have this hard conversation and it be in fun and in love.
Yeah.
Right. Because we're not giving into it.
Right.
We're going to affect change. Right. And I think that is what so much of this was about. And so I wanted to do, how do I work with the schools? How do I collaborate with schools? How do I support schools? I began to substitute like over the past 2 years, and our teachers work so hard.
They're so overwhelmed.
They love our kids.
Teacher Appreciation Week. Do something nice for a special educator in your life, please.
Teachers what they're doing is just really amazing. And they're struggling between the state and federal mandates that come down, administration expectations, classroom management.
I went to school to be a teacher and I got into radio and I stayed there and I was like, I can't even imagine. I substituted for a couple of years and I was like, no freaking way. Now what they have to deal with, phones, bad attitudes,
I know.
Parents that don't support them, school systems that don't support them. And
it's a shit sandwich and they are stuck in the middle. And
we're losing our great educators.
We are. And I think so many people are throwing their hands up, and we're getting kids that are, you know, not able to read grade level in high school.
It's scary.
It really is. And I mean, I want to go out into the world and enjoy myself. And if we don't have people that are working there and want to work there and want to be in this world, then it's not going to happen. So we need to get our kids ready for that.
Yeah.
And so I started looking to Castle.
Mhm.
And I used Castle as a way to like organize the curriculum. So Castle is the academic curriculum outlines that the Massachusetts Department of Education requires schools to implement. And it's all about like self-awareness, self-management, decision-making, relationship skills, social awareness. And so I just began to use kind of the foundations I've learned from my parenting. If I'm not having fun, again, it's so funny that the segments, everything's
This
like
was
that.
this was purposeful.
Everything threads. Everything threads. But if it's not fun, then why are we doing it?
Mhm.
If it's not like I have to contend with these devices. I'm going to have to be fun. That means I'm going to have to move my body. My son is sensory. I'm sensory. I'm going to have to engage all 5 senses.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get them out of their regular thinking patterns, their regular behaviors, and engaged into something new that they feel, they hear, they see, they taste, whatever. And that's the only way I'm going to be able to get them engaged. So I gamify so
Mhm.
much. I make it interactive. And then I think one of the biggest keys is getting those mentors, volunteers into the program to model the behavior.
Mhm.
One of my favorite parenting quotes, if you know me and you're watching, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. I'm sorry, but parenting's a journey from authority to inspiration. We have to inspire their behavior, their choices. And so that's what the goal is. I'm going to show up and be fun. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be understanding. I'm going to have hard discussions. And that's not going to be where no one's punished for it.
Mhm.
Right. And there's a reward system because let's be real.
Well, that's it. You said the word right away.
Hey.
As soon as you gamify something, it changes everything.
It does. It does. And
I
it's
always
wild.
did that. Even with like washing the baseboards. I'm like, we're playing sock hands today. Everybody get into the bin and find an unmatched sock. And I put them on their hands and I'm like, we're doing sock hands. And they're like, yeah. Meanwhile, I got my kids polishing the baseboards.
Total manipulation. Total manipulation.
Listen, we got it done. It was fun. They got rewards afterwards.
The intention is good. You're
I
getting,
know.
you're getting, and you're teaching them, Mary Poppins. Hello, you're teaching them.
These were my
spoonful
role
of sugar.
models.
Exactly.
Those were my role models.
Same. I have to say,
I read the
Disney did good.
Babysitters Club books when I was a kid, and I was like the babysitter. I would come with all the kits of all the fun stuff. I'm like, we're making a mess and we're doing it at your house, and your parents are paying me for it. Let's
That's
go.
the best. I mean, I still love to do that.
Seriously,
I still love to do that.
Mark,
I mean, is that not what the program is?
Exactly. Mark says, I don't want dementors in our community. It's so true. These kids are zombies right now, and you're talking about waking them up. And
exactly. Well, another thing I say a lot is in the event of a zombie apocalypse, and everybody laughs at me, but look around.
We're actually in one, and you didn't notice.
Around at how often we're in a room. That's one thing that I try to do. If you could ever get in an elevator with me, you're going to notice somebody just like,
hi.
I'm like going to try to, and I am like, let's go. I make the awkward eye contact. Like, let's talk a little bit.
I love that.
Like let's talk.
I am also that person, which is why
I see it.
I don't know how the two of us have not come into contact sooner.
The world wasn't ready.
No,
the world wasn't ready. It all
You're definitely not
in due time. And I mean, you're still gamifying everything. I mean, everything that you do, even this, you bring so much fun and energy and lightness, which a lot of people are afraid to do. It's a hard thing to withhold.
Yeah.
It takes work, and you do it like it's impressive.
Well, it's innate.
The wires in your brain are. If I just would love an MRI, like
what's happening up there.
Let me see.
This is only on one coffee. Yesterday, I had to have fasting blood work. They were like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm crazy." I'm like, "This is me naturally." Coffee actually chills me out a little bit.
Well, see, again, that's the neurodiversity. It does for some. We had help with our son at the beginning when I'm like, I'm trying to learn how to do all this, how to manage all this. So we've had counseling, we've had therapy, we've had JRI come. Like, we are a family that I am not going to die at the bottom of this
Thank
hill.
you very much for talking about the struggling. Like, you've been so open about a lot of stuff today, and it's like very important. I think that people need to orate this. You don't need to stamp it down that we've taught to stuff it down.
We will not heal as people if we don't start owning our stories. We will not. It cannot happen. I mean, when the night of my son's first birthday party, I got a phone call that one of my really close friends in high school had committed suicide. And my father was an opioid addict until he overdosed and became a vegetable in a nursing home. And I believe that if they knew more that people were struggling and that there wasn't so much shame and labeling in it, that they would have been able to find some peace without going that route.
Mhm.
I feel like other things could have been available. And, my story is shocking to some. It's overwhelming. It can be like a huge, like, oh my gosh, I don't know where to go from here. But for me, again, like the power in it,
Yeah.
the power of not dying at those hills is
Mhm.
just like, and that gives me the hope. Like, this is going to have a good end. And I feel that good end right now. I have a nice home with a safe family. Things are still wild. We
Yeah,
still need
absolutely.
therapy. We still need support and grace, and we're figuring it out. But I am so grateful for the safety that I have every night, for the
Mhm.
security, for the love in my family. At the end of the day, my son nuzzles in and he says he loves me, although he told me everything opposite throughout the day. At the end of the night, I'm the best mom.
They're
and
a
as
lot.
long as I keep that, but that's love too, is letting him show himself, like
Mhm.
be that way. And at the end of the day, he can still say, I love you. And until, there's a time. There's a time where change is necessary, right?
That's
But
it.
he's 9.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit.
Yep. And I mean, it's still the same exact way where Lily and I were in each other's faces because she's a 17-year-old girl yesterday. And this morning she's
Ugh.
like, Mom, will you braid my hair? I'm sorry.
I know.
Okay, fine.
I know. Forgiveness is amazing.
Yeah.
To be able, that's safety, that's
Yeah.
security. And I think more people need to feel that, because not everybody feels that at home.
No, it's so true.
Not
Talk
everybody
about
feels
Go
that at
Girl.
home. Yes. So that is what we are doing at You Go Girl. So You Go Girl right now has mostly been a summer program. I've been doing it with the Mashpee Rack. We did do an after school, and I think that was really hard doing it after school. There's so many
It's a long day.
It's a long day. There's competing priorities, and there's a lot of great enrichment programs our school already offers. So, I don't necessarily want to take away from that. It's finding a way to integrate it more. So right now I'm really focused on the summer. This summer is super exciting. 4 weeks, 3 days a week, 12:30 to 4. I know that's a lot. It's right after the Falcon Discovery Camp. That was intentional. That's the way I want this program, because that's only a half day.
Right.
So that doesn't give parents a full day of support, but it's free, that Falcon Discovery Camp. And any other
Amazing.
camp is going to be, $200+ a week per child. So we just tagged along at the end of that so that parents have a full day for those weeks.
Amazing.
And we priced it so that hopefully everybody can go. It's
Mhm.
$80 for 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's really
I mean,
incredibly awesome.
It's really
I
just.
wish I had this program when my teens were of that age.
Lily said the same. Like, Lily is amazing, by the way.
She's a lot.
And I hope to have Lily at our summer program this summer doing tea for us.
Being a mentor too. She wants to be
Yes.
involved.
I mean, I think, I've already got 3 high school students that are mentoring throughout this 3 weeks. 1 from Mashpee, and then 2 that are different school districts.
Yep.
And I've got a ton of local women that are coming in to speak. Miss Cape Cod's going to be there.
Love her.
Ashley Clark is amazing.
I was there. I got to vote for her. I was on the judges panel.
That's right.
And I was
love it.
I have to say, she is really branching this program. It's a baby program. They just had their first year last year. This is second year. And she is like,
she's rocking it.
She really is.
I mean, with grace and style,
Mhm.
Miss Congeniality.
Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah, she really is. We have our E for All 3rd place winner coming and doing our shaved ice and
It's
telling about
awesome.
her story.
Mhm.
And at the end, the very last day, we're going to, throughout the program, plan a celebration day at the end,
I love it.
because we're gonna, you have those hard conversations, you have awkward moments. That's one of our ground rules. Expect difficult conversations here, but expect love and understanding on the other side. That's a ground rule.
Perfect.
We have to commit to that every session. But at the end, we're going to plan a big celebration, and we're going to party. We're going to karaoke.
I love it.
We're going to have a disco ball. We're going to have shaved ice. And just, I think we have to celebrate these things more. I was listening to something one time. It was like, in an American culture, we teach each other how to celebrate the good things, the graduation, the marriage, the baby. But we don't teach each other how to handle the hard things, the funerals, getting hurt, and your sport being taken away. And it's like, we've got to learn how to celebrate life like the real meaty parts of life
Mhm.
more and in togetherness. And that's again part of the healing journey. It's
Yeah.
necessary.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
necessary.
how do people get signed up for You Go Girl?
Yeah, so right now you just go to the Mashpee Rec website and you can sign up through there. Anyone that's interested and needs any type of financial support, reach out to me. Reach out to Mashpee Rec. Mashpee Rec's been amazing. They support this initiative and, doing more for our community than just the athletics, which are amazing, but diversity. We
Mhm.
want diverse options. So yeah, just log on to the Mashpee Rec website. You'll find You Go Girl there. You can contact me too if you ever want to do like a little pop up. I love kids and I love the youth, and I truly believe and enjoy the connection and response that I get from them when they see someone that looks different, someone that will play with them, and someone that will talk to them like not an equal, but like, a little bit more grown up than
Yeah.
sometimes they're talked to,
Yep.
then you're just more than just a
You're
kid.
validating them.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to see the little me on the other side of every single one of them and be like, I love you.
And you are, and you're doing it. Victoria Haire,
Thank you.
I definitely welcome you to our Mashpee Farmers Market. You're going to
I'm
be seeing
so
a lot more of
excited.
her.
Yes.
And we have a lot of family wellness planned for you. And I'm just really looking forward to working further with you because you're just such a bright light. And we're so excited to have you in our community. Much needed.
Same.
Yay.
Same. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank
Have
you
a
for
great
everything.
day, everybody. Whatever it is that
Mashpee.
you've got going on, we've always got entertainment. We're pushing our 55 plus speed dating event until the end of the month over at 10 Pin. We got to get a couple of people situated, and I know a lot of people wanted to participate. Just the day wasn't working for them. So we're pushing it back a couple of weeks, and make sure you check all of our events on cape.com. We'll get you organized and settled in. We've got a lot of great activities coming up for you this summer. 632 events we have planned for 2024. And
How did you do that?
Oh my God, I don't know. And we're still adding more. The team
Jeez.
here is always growing. So if you want to be a part of us, get a hold of Hank at lemonadio.com. He'll definitely get back to you. I am inundated. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk soon.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye. She rises.
Woo.
Hank is coming up next with our afternoon programming. Lunch break with Hank next on Lemonadio.